Hey everyone, welcome to I Dream of Homestead. I'm Josephina, and today I am determined to start a series that I have wanted to do for a long time, but just haven't felt comfortable enough to start it. My plan is to either call the series the Unstructured Homesteader, the Routineless Homesteader. I don't know, maybe one of those two. You guys can let me know down in the comments which one you think would be better. And the reason I want to call it this is because I am not somebody who does well with routine. I do like to plan things, and I don't always follow the plan, but I do like to have a plan in place and just kind of follow it depending on how my days are going. The reason I didn't start the series sooner is because I felt like I was alone in that, and like that was a defect of mine, and that you can't be a homesteader and not have a routine and not have some kind of structure in your days. And so I put myself down a lot for that. Then I heard a podcast by my most favorite homesteader, Roots and Refuge podcast. You guys should look it up. And she did a day in the life podcast where she just kind of explained what her days are like. And through that, she just made me feel so much comfort at the fact that I don't have to have a very strict set schedule every single day the way other people do. And so just hearing that was like a relief of like, okay, so I'm going to plan for the week, what I'm doing that week, and then just let each day kind of tell me where I'm at on that to-do list. So for today, which is Tuesday, and it's a really late start, it's almost 12 o'clock. Like, I could have definitely started my day sooner, but I didn't. So rather than beat myself up for not having started it sooner, I'm just gonna get to work. So for today, I am going to fertilize all of my indoor plants, and then I'm gonna take care of my windows. I need to dust my blinds. I need to clean the windows inside and out for spring cleaning and just for some other reasons. And then I'm gonna work on lunch for the kids, prepping dinner, and I'll take you guys through my dinner making process. And then I want to, later this evening when the sun has gone down some, to go and pull weeds in the garden, get the garden cleaned up. So enough talking, I'm going to time lapse you guys through this part. So enjoy the time lapse, and then I'll be back with the next thing that I need to take care of today. All right, guys, don't be fooled and let your mind start playing a comparison game of I don't dust my blinds, like I'm a terrible person, I fail at life, because that's the kind of stuff I do. So I know I'm not the only one. I haven't done my blinds but once in the 2.5 almost years that I've lived here, and then this is the result of that. Like, that thing is nasty. This is just my blinds. That's nasty. But at least I did it, and that's what matters. So don't compare yourself, and know that I got slack about it and haven't done it in a while either. So now I'm going to start cleaning these windows. I don't know if you guys can hear, but the egg song is being sung right now. Somebody's laying an egg. And now I'm taking it off time lapse because my daughter brought me eggs through the window. Eggs! I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I am exhausted and I don't want to do any more. But you guys saw that I made some bread. I actually started that loaf on Sunday. It's now Tuesday and I'm barely getting around to baking it off. And then I made lunch, which was just some egg salad that I add pickles and onions and dill to, just all this yummy goodness. And we ate it and it was delicious. And now I am going to get all the herbs that I need to marinate steak for tonight that I'm gonna grill and have with some Poblano white rice. So I am gonna get these herbs and get inside and marinate the meat. Okay, so I've got my herbs and now I'm back inside the house and I'm getting some apple cider vinegar. I've got some, what is this? Flank? Yes, flank steak that I had defrosted, and there was something else. Oh yeah, I have some plastic Ziploc bags that I had from a project I was doing left over, so I'm gonna use it for this. Otherwise I would have used a bowl to put it in. So let me see how I want to set up my camera real quick. So I'm moving over here to my island to do it because I like to give you guys a better view of things. I'm gonna show you a quick marinade that I do on my flank steak that I really love. And then after I grill it later on today, I'm gonna make a sauce with cilantro and pour it over the steak once it's grilled to have with the rice. It's so yummy. So let me grab all of my ingredients and transfer it over here. Okay, so I have all the ingredients. I don't have measurements for this, guys, because this is not a recipe video. This is just a mixture I've put together before and I really like it. So that's what we're gonna marinate it with. I've got some apple cider vinegar, salt, some lemon thyme. I'm gonna use a little rosemary, some oregano. I've got some fresh garlic, oil, pepper, and the flank steak. So I'm gonna mince up all of these ingredients, the herbs and the garlic, and then I'll mix in the rest of it. I can try to give you guys some amounts, but they're not gonna be correct. It's just gonna be kind of a guess from what I see. So I'm gonna start off by mincing. While I'm chopping, just letting you guys know that if my voice sounds funky, it's because I spent the last 2 weeks sick yet again. I have never in my life gotten sick so like back to back to back the way I have from like the last week of January up until now, which is the 3rd week of April. It's too much. And I thought maybe it was just me, but it's not. It seems like everybody I know is dealing with the same thing. We're all just getting ridiculously sick often. And it's so hot outside. Like, this is the kind of stuff you deal with in like the fall and winter. Not when it's 80 degrees, freaking end of April. Okay. I have everything minced up together, so I'm just going to dump it all into this bag with apple cider vinegar. It's maybe like 1/4 of a cup. And then I want to say like equal amounts of oil. Give that a little squishy squish. I'm gonna grab some more garlic just because that bulb was going bad. They're kind of squishy, so I'm gonna grab another one because I only have 2 cloves and that's definitely not enough. All right, so I think I had like 6 cloves. I didn't exactly count them. It smells so good. right, so now some pepper and salt. Give it another mixy mix. All right. Looking at it, it seems a little dry, so I'm adding more apple cider vinegar. And this is why it's not a recipe video, because I just add ingredients based on what I'm looking at. And so if it looks a little dry to me, I know to add a little bit more of some other stuff, because I need this to spread out all around the entire piece of steak really well. So I've got this yummy, yummy flank steak piece. And I think, because I'm gonna end up slicing it later anyways, that I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it in half. And I'm gonna stick it right into the bag. Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands so I can unroll it, close it, and do a massage. Getting out as much air as I can. Oh my God, it smells so good. Okay, and massage. It's done. This is it. It smells seriously so lovely. So I'm gonna leave it on my counter over here to rest for a couple hours, just because I need to cook it in a couple hours. And if I put it in the fridge, it's gonna tense up, and it's just gonna take it longer to absorb all of that stuff. Great thing about the vinegar is that it helps to tenderize the meat, and so it'll be even yummier, and it'll absorb all the herby, yummy goodness that's in there. So I'm gonna clean up my mess, and I think I'm gonna move on to the rice while I've got my kids outside distracted. I got the poblanos. Poblanos. Just so you guys know what I'm doing right now. I am putting my poblanos on the open flame so that I can char and peel off that skin. I'm gonna put the rest of these away. So while that's going, I am going to grab rice, onion, butter, and garlic. Nice. Butter, onion, and garlic. My butter dish is empty, so I'm gonna go ahead and load it up. Now that I have those peppers nice and charred and doing their steamy thing, I am going to take this half of an onion and 3 garlic cloves, and I'm going to give the onion a small dice and the garlic mince. Butter, some oil, and I'm gonna add in just the onions. All right, let me show you guys. The onions have gotten translucent. They're not brown or anything. So now I'm gonna add in 2 cups of some rice. And the garlic. Guys, see? I live my life forgetting things. I forgot that I needed some chicken stock. So I'm gonna let that go real quick. And because I don't want the rice to get overly toasted while I wait for that stock, I'm turning that off. And while I wait for the stock to melt, I'm gonna peel these peppers. If the stock is not melted by the time I'm done peeling the peppers, I'll move on to washing dishes. All right, and now I've cut them all into some strips, and all those strips I'm gonna cut into little chunks. So I did the poblano, and we're still melting. So I'm gonna put away a few of these things, and then I am going to wash dishes while I wait. So I got the dishes done, the broth melted. And I turned the rice back on so you can hear it sizzling away in here. It's got a light toast to it. So now I'm going to add in all 4 cups of this broth. This can move over to the sink. And now is when I add in these Poblano. Gonna give it some salt. And now my rice is in the process of cooking, and I got a call from my husband, and he let me know that somebody is going to be getting here just before he gets here. So instead of doing the garden the way I wanted to, life happened and I need to tidy up my house and take a shower before this person gets here. So I'm gonna work on my house instead of getting to do the garden. And this is why I am an unstructured, routineless homesteader, because things just always change up for me. And I did at least get the windows done. I did get all my plants fertilized and watered, all the house plants. The garden stuff I don't need to water until tomorrow. So tomorrow might be a better day to do it. Actually, I have a church event. So I might try to do it in the morning. I don't know how it's gonna go, but I am going to go ahead and clean my house, and then I'll be back later just to show you guys that steak when it's nice and grilled and show you the end product. Well, I didn't accomplish the things that I wanted to for the day. It is what it is, and that's part of life. And this is why I'm doing this series, just because I want other people to see that you can have the chickens and the garden, and in my case, homeschool and have kids and do the things around the house that you want to get done. Oh, and I got bread done today. And it's not always going to flow the way you want to. It's never going to be smooth. For some people it is. Some people truly have that ability to be able to wake up at the same time every day and go through the same routine and get all those things accomplished. I unfortunately have a whole lot going on up here, so my brain is not wired to be able to live that kind of life as much as I want to. So I'm going to embrace who I am. And yeah, so that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys will stick around for this series. I know the first few videos in a series, especially somebody new like me, are kind of sloppy and all over the place, but the more that I do them, the more that I know I'll get into a flow with them, and they're just gonna get better and better. So bear with me, be patient. Thank you for sticking around with me. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments what you think I should call this series. And if you haven't already, I hope that you're willing to hit that subscribe button and stick around with me for a while on my journey to becoming a homesteader. I'll see you in the next one.